Welcome to another episode, Puffin Politics. I'm your host, Lil Daddy, the mayor. Got my boy MV to my left.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going
10th
on?
wonder of the world. And behind the camera, y'all can't see him today, but he gonna be on the mic with us, my boy Biggie Smalls.
Hey, you wild for that, bro.
AKA Supreme.
Yeah.
You wild for that, bro.
Gonna be doing some research for us, you know what I'm saying? But that's my boy. All right, so we ain't done it in a couple weeks. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on.
Yes, a lot of stuff that's going on.
So what's the first thing we got on the dock, Mikey?
The first thing we got on the dock is Deion Sanders stuff. That's hot right now, man.
It is. It is.
I think that is a situation where there's a lot of hurt people. You know what I mean? And you can't really blame them. But for those that don't know, you want to explain what's going on with that?
All right. So basically, he had a hell of a season at Jackson State last year. They went 12-0, and because of the good work that he did there and the way he turned that program around, basically he got offered a better opportunity, making more money. Not only that, what people didn't realize that when he was at Jackson State, he was given half of that salary.
That's crazy
to the university.
That's crazy.
Helping them, he brought them up.
Yeah.
And he was, he put his money where his mouth is. He
Yeah.
gave back
Yeah.
half of that salary, and now he's getting a much bigger salary, $5 million.
Yeah, he's getting $5 million.
You know what I mean? So I can't be upset that he's now taking that road and that path, because he's getting an opportunity someplace at a place where he probably normally wouldn't. A black coach would not get that opportunity.
For sure. But
so,
let's be real, though. He's not just any black coach.
He's not.
Prime time.
He's prime time, bro.
You know what
he's
I'm saying? Like,
he's good at everything
the
he
greatest
does.
corner of all time.
Hands down.
And he is, culturally, he is the NFL culture as far as dudes with style, you know what I'm saying? The swag, the chains. Trash talking.
Dog,
trash talking
level.
that could back it up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think what hurt people is that he said that he would, he made it seem like he was gonna stay there a little longer than he actually did. He was there for 3 years, right?
I believe
he was there for 3 years, and I guess why people are hurt is because they thought that he was really gonna stay there for a long time and help build that whole situation to where maybe one day HBCU could go up against a UCLA or Oklahoma.
What I would say is I think he put them on the map. And I think it's a dope thing that he actually left. And now another black coach can come in. I think that's a positive, because now another coach can come and build on what he did. And so shout out to whoever it is that may take that position.
But who takes that position, is it going to have the same impact as Prime? I mean, we're talking about Prime here, bro.
But don't you think he's good as an influence to maybe somebody else doing the same thing? It might be another coach that could do it that maybe doesn't have his name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say.
Yeah, I'm not against him taking this job and making more money. You know what I'm saying? As human beings, you always want to keep climbing whatever ladder at whatever career, whatever job you have. I'm not against it. I guess I understand why some people are a little upset with him, because he did so much, man. It's hard to be mad at him.
But that's the thing. How can you be mad at the steps, that the progression? Because he's basically progressing. Another coach is going to have that same opportunity.
Yeah.
They could take Jackson State and they could also go 12-0.
I don't know if they could elevate Jackson State more than he did, because he brought Pepsi over there.
Okay.
He brought sponsors to that school, bro. He brought Pepsi. He brought uniforms. Them kids didn't have uniforms.
He gave back.
They had uniforms, but you know what I'm saying? Like multiple uniforms, you know what I mean?
He updated
He
the
had
program,
them in suits and stuff. He called, I think he called one of his boys. He just had so many connections. He called Strainhand, and it's like, yo, I need you to hook these dudes up with suits and stuff like that so they look good on game day and stuff like that. So he just did so much. And like you said, he gave half of his salary to the school. He did so much that his shoes are going to be too big to fill. Nobody's going to fill those shoes, bro.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I hear that, but at the same time, I don't really like when a coach stays at a place. Let's say he would have stayed for 30 years. How does that help? Because then that's just somewhere that no one can ever get that position.
Well, what I think people wanted in a perfect world, Deion would have stayed there, right? Let me break it down to you. This is what they're thinking. And again, I don't agree with this per se, but this is why some people are upset. In a perfect world, he would have stayed there, right? He'd built the program up to even be more popular. ESPN was going to broadcasting the game, something they haven't done for that school. And NFL soccer, I think it was not NFL, College Day went to the school to do it. I mean, these are crazy things for that school. You know what I mean?
I mean, if they
but in a perfect world, I think what people wanted to happen was that you built that program up to where it can go against one of the top schools, and
the recruiting class also, right?
you have not just that. You're supposed to have all these black athletes donate money to the schools, because that's part of the reason why a lot of these SBCUs don't have what other schools have, because they don't have the funding, right? And how do these schools get funding? It's not just from the federal government. Alumni give a lot of dough to these schools. These white dudes, these old white dudes that went to the school, they give a lot of dough to these schools, which propels them into different levels. You know what I'm saying? And I guess what people thought is that he was going to be there and he was going to get all these black athletes and all these black performers to give money to the school, to support the school. And none of that stuff happened. There's a rumor saying that he tried to get people to donate to the school. And
I mean, it's hard because, again, it comes from the alumni, like you said. So it's hard to get the same type of numbers as a bigger university, where more people with more money and more relationships, they're able to do. It's easier for them. But I think he brought them to a higher level than they were. Right. And so maybe
I'm not. Yeah, I agree with you. But let me ask you a question though. If it was another ethnicity that had 5-10 schools, and we had all these people with lots of money that could help these schools out, do you think they will help those schools out? Like, do you think the Jewish community will help Jewish schools out, fund them, even if they didn't go to these schools? Do you think Dominican baseball players would give back if there was a Dominican school here like that, like a college where it was producing baseball players? Do you think the Dominican players from DR or the Dominican culture would give back to these to these colleges, even if they didn't go to these schools?
Yeah.
That's the problem. So that's the problem a lot of people have.
Well, I mean,
not with Deion. It's not Deion's fault. It's not Deion's fault. But just in general.
Like, basically, like you said, in general. Yeah, like, but people are most of the time are going to give to their school. You know what I'm saying? And I think that goes with Shannon Sharp. You saw that as well?
Yeah, I saw what he said.
He caught backlash because he made some comments, but the thing is, people only saw one piece of that.
I saw the whole segment.
And overall, it was a very positive thing that he said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said if he had to do it all over again, he would still have attended HBCU, the one that he went to. I can't remember off the top of my head. So my man gonna have to research that real quick. But
so Savannah. It was Savannah.
Savannah. So he said that he got in because his grades were not up to par to go to some of the bigger schools that might have wanted him.
Yeah. Did he transfer? Or he got drafted from there?
He went there because he couldn't get into the other schools.
I know. He didn't have many offers from. He didn't have many offers from other schools.
Yeah, because of his
but
of his grades.
Did he graduate from that school, or did he go to the NFL from there?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so that's the thing. And he said that he didn't know about those schools because we're talking about in the 80s when he was playing in college. And so back then it wasn't as big as now. And I think Deion helped put that on the map. And Shannon Sharp, he spoke about it and he said, look, I wouldn't have got into this school if I didn't know about it. I wouldn't have gone there, but I'm glad that I did.
Yeah, but that wasn't his first choice. He didn't want to go to that school.
Yeah, it wasn't, but he was keeping it real. He didn't know about those schools.
And I don't think he's ever donated back to that school, bro.
Really?
I don't think he's. After he finished playing, 12 years ago, he did an interview with this one person, and he asked him about that. Like, why haven't you gave money back to that school? And he's like, well, I don't need to do that. He changed his tone at the end of the interview, at the end of the podcast. It was a podcast 12 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And that's part of the issue, though, is that. I mean, Shannon Sharp is huge. You know what I mean?
Hall of Famer.
I didn't know he went to that school, right? I guarantee you if it was somebody else, they would have wore at least a hoodie to the show or show some kind of pride for that school. He never does any of that stuff.
That pod you said was 12 years ago or that interview was when he said that. But since then, you don't think he's given anything
I
back?
don't know. But I'm just saying that goes to show you he went to that school in the late 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2012, and he still hadn't donated any money back to that school. That's part of the problems that a lot of HBCUs have is funding. That's
Right.
part of the stuff that Deion was talking about, that the facilities were messed up. He also said there was like crime around the area, you know what I mean? And the facilities were messed up. That's some of the things he said on the interview when he went to Colorado. Like, oh, this has nice facilities. A lot of people were upset about that too. Like, you're kind of poo-pooing on where you just came from.
Well,
you know what I mean? That's predominantly black, 90% black or whatever.
They're taking it that way, but I don't think he meant it to talk down on them. But I think he was trying to bring light to it. Like, hey, they need these same
that's a good
resources.
point of view.
It's a good way.
That's a good point of view.
Bringing that to light.
That's a good point of view.
You know what I mean? So
I'm not mad at Deion. I'm just trying to explain to the people why some folks are upset with him, and why they feel betrayed. I think it's bogus. I mean, it's bro.
Bro, he's getting money like an NFL coach.
He
$5
should
million?
though. He should.
He deserves it.
He should.
You know what I'm saying? He earned that, and you know, if anybody else was in his same shoes, they would have took it. I don't see much people going from 300 to 5 million and saying no.
Do you think he's going to turn that program around?
I think he can. If he could do it at Jackson State, why wouldn't he be able to do it at a bigger school with more resources, more alumni, more money, more funding?
More competition as well, though, bro.
This is true.
More competition
and he's
as well.
already bringing some his recruits. You saw that? A couple of his recruits are going.
And the Oklahoma running back was like, yo, Prime, I'm trying to come over there. That's crazy, bro. But again, only Prime can do this. Nobody else can do this, bro. I don't even think Ray Lewis can do this if he wanted to coach. Only Prime can do this, bro. Nobody else can. That's why I think people like Prime, and this is going to sound crazy to some people, they transcend race. Prime time, people don't see Prime time as a black dude. I know his skin is black, right? Or
he's a black
brown,
dude.
whatever.
Right.
Prime, Jordan, LeBron, I think they transcend their race, and they can do things that people wouldn't think a black man could do or a Hispanic man could do because they're just so great at what they do. You know what I mean?
They break the barriers, the glass ceiling,
Prime
whatever you want to call it.
Prime is Prime, bro.
But, I mean, I do think, like you brought up Ray Lewis, I think Ray Lewis is a very good motivator. He was a hell of a motivator when he was a player.
Yeah.
I can imagine him as a coach hyping up a team.
Yeah.
Bro, he gives you goosebumps. Even if I was never a fan of his team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Baltimore Raven fan,
Yeah.
but listening to some of his speeches before the games, bro, I would get goosebumps.
Yeah, I just
team.
think that Ray Lewis was a little wishy-washy with the politics thing when the NFL was full of politics a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was wishy-washy with the Kaepernick stuff, and that kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. You know, he did the both knees. He kneeled on both knees as opposed to just one. Mm-hmm. And he was like, then he said I was praying. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't think he's Prime. I mean, Ray Lewis is a great preacher and everything, but Prime is a completely different animal.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't doubt it, but I think that there are, you know, probably some other coaches that, you know, maybe they don't fill the shoes completely, but I think other coaches, it gives an opportunity to another person to come in and, you know, build on what he did.
I agree. I just don't think it's going to have the impact Prime has. Because like you said, Prime got the #1 recruit from high school to go to that school. I mean, other big schools wanted this kid, and he went over there because of Prime. Exactly. Yeah. So is he going to want to go over there for some unknown black coach? Absolutely not, bro.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It can only help in the future. I think if they continue to do well, that helps recruiting as well.
I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. I don't think we're ever going to hear about Jackson State ever again, dogs.
I think they're gonna.
I think it's over, bro.
Even because Prime isn't there anymore, I think they're still gonna talk about that school because they're gonna be like, they're gonna talk about the school whether if it's doing good or bad. They're gonna
the
still
results
talk about
after he left. They're gonna want to see what happens.
Exactly, they're gonna want to bring it up.
Yeah, but a couple years after that,
bro, I bet you they're gonna still be asking him about what do you think about Jackson State.
We'll see about that, bro. We'll see. But moving on a little bit, bro. What do you think about this this rail strike? Like, explain that to people. Okay. Explain what you think is going on with that. Like, how does it? Why you think the politicians did what they did?
All right.
If people don't know, what did they just do not too long ago?
Okay, so
like last week,
Congress basically forced them into this contract that they voted against.
Right.
All right. So the rail workers, they're basically fighting just for sick days, bro. Because right now they have to take vacation days just to take a day off if they're sick or if they got an appointment or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they do run a lot of stuff in the country. People don't realize the rail workers.
I think without railroad, the country would falter a little bit, bro.
It would affect the economy.
That's how you get food and everything to people.
But again,
right?
the workers had all the leverage.
Yeah.
All of it, because if they go on strike, that's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And it forces the companies to give in to their demands.
Now, who are these companies, bro? Do you know who these companies are?
I don't know the names of all of the
It's
railways.
not the government running these railroad companies. It's so people understand. It's separate companies, right?
Yeah, it's several companies.
Okay.
But I mean, the thing is, in the country right now, it's a lot of union and a lot of labor. I think it's been over 300 just in fucking Amazon and Starbucks. Unions have been forming all over the country.
Yeah, and they laid off a lot of people too, man. Amazon, man.
Yeah, I mean,
laid
they're
off
not trying to
10,000
pay.
people, man.
They're not trying to pay. They're greedy. That's just corporate greed at its finest. And it's the same thing happening with the railways. And then what's going on is Congress voted and basically forced them into this contract that they voted against.
What was the vote, like 28-7 or something like that?
A ridiculous. Yeah, that was the number.
I do want to know who these 7 senators are that voted against that resolution, because that resolution is messed up, man.
It is. It's not giving them the sick days that they asked for.
And the president of the United States,
who was supposed to be pro-union before he took
said
office,
no. Bro, this is
totally
insane.
different from where he was when he was a senator 30 years ago.
Yeah.
He had a different tune.
Yeah.
He was asking the president at the time
Yeah.
not to do what he just did.
Bro, this is when I saw that he came out against the workers, I was shocked. But I was like, damn, imagine if it was a Republican president that did this.
Oh, they would have went off.
The hysteria
Yeah.
on the news and everything that said, nah, the workers are not going to be able to get these sick days off.
And this is my thing. I don't go after the people that aren't in power. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats control 2/3 of Congress. Well, all 3 right now, because they lost the House barely, but that's not coming in. They're not coming to be sworn in until January.
Right.
So right now they still have full control of everything.
Right.
And they're still going to keep the Senate by 51-49, because Warnock won his runoff election yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw he beat Herschel.
He beat, yeah. You saw the meme?
Herschel's a funny dude, man.
I mean, come on,
He's
man.
a scumbag, bro. He's a
terrible.
scumbag, bro.
He's just terrible.
He's not family values. He's not any of that stuff. This
He's
dude
not,
has
bro.
a bunch of kids out of wedlock.
Out of wedlock.
He
I think
forced
a lot of women to get abortions.
He disowned his
He doesn't even recognize all his kids.
This is wild.
Bro,
It's wild
it's
stuff.
terrible. He
But
was not
back
the
to
guy.
that railroad stuff. I just think it's crazy that a pro-union president is saying, no, you can't have sick days.
But all that tells you is that he's not pro-union. He chose to back the corporations, the railways. You know what I'm saying?
To play devil's advocate, why do you think he did that? Do you think there's another reason that we don't understand as to why he said, no, you can't have all these sick days? Or what else could it be other than these people are lobbyists and they're giving me money?
Other than that, no, that's the
that's
only thing.
it. You think that's it?
Because, well, okay, there is one more thing that they tried to say.
Okay.
Was that, like we already talked about, that it could bring down the economy. You know what I'm saying?
If they strike.
If they strike. But again, what would happen? They would have to give in to their demands because they just can't go and hire.
So that was
these
my
1,000
that was
people.
my question, because what I'm reading online is that it's notified that the strike would be from Tuesday, the 13th December, and the 14th, which makes 48 hours. How much you think that will affect
The economy?
the economy?
It would hurt the economy a lot,
lot.
bro. A lot.
A lot of
Especially
stuff wouldn't get delivered.
during Christmas, bro. That's crazy. So maybe that's why they're like, nah, bro, we can't have you guys strike.
Because
You know
all
what I'm
he's
saying?
worried about is, there's going to be a dip in the economy while he's president, and then he can't take, he doesn't want that on his watch. But that's BS, bro. You have to side with the workers because they're the ones that put you in office, man. Those people voted for you because supposedly the other guy was anti-union.
Yeah.
But now you're doing the same thing that he's doing, if not worse.
Yeah, man.
To me, that's
Man,
terrible look by Biden, man. Terrible look.
Man. Talking about another terrible thing, bro. Apple and Twitter went at it this past week.
All right, so
I'm gonna
how that
explain what's
started.
going on with that. So Apple has the App Store. Any company that has their application in the App Store gotta pay a Apple tax, baby. You gotta give me that 30%. So anytime you sell anything from your app, Big Daddy Apple is like, let me get that 30, bruh. Right? So Twitter has this $8 verification, which anybody can get verified. You know what I mean? So Elon Musk said he doesn't want to have the system that they have now where the verified people comments count more than unverified, right? So he wants everybody to be equal. So he gave everybody verification. It's down right now because they had a lot of parody accounts, a lot of fake accounts that were verified saying crazy
bots.
things, and it hurt some stocks of some companies because people went on there, made a fake account, it was checked, and said some crazy things. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. But he was beefing with Apple,
Right.
because Apple wants to tax that 30%. Oh, you selling $8 on this app that's ours? We want that 30, B. You know what I mean? And he, Elon,
They the tax man now. They
right,
Uncle Sam.
right. Elon was not with that. And on top of that, I don't think Apple liked the fact that Elon opened the Twitter floodgates. Remember we talked about it a couple weeks ago where he allowed everybody back. He's still allowing people back. And it got to the point where Apple stopped advertising on Twitter.
So I think it was because of the whole thing with Kanye and the what he was saying about the Jewish community, and then it escalated even more when he went on that interview with Alex Jones.
Oh man, that interview was crazy, bro.
He ended up having to suspend. He went back on himself and he had to suspend Kanye's account.
Yeah,
again.
I think Kanye deserved to be suspended after that, bro. I'm a Ye fan.
Yeah,
But
I mean that was a huge L for all his supporters.
Yeah, it was
a
I'm a
huge
Ye
L.
fan, but I
he
can't
went
get
too
with
far,
that, bro.
saying
Like,
that he said crazy things, that Hitler invented all these things that he did not, bro. He didn't invent.
That's wild.
The microphone was out before that. It was a guy. It was a British guy. I forgot his name off the top of my head, but it was a British guy that invented the microphone.
Yeah,
the technology for it.
Yeah.
And it was 20, 30 years before Hitler was even in power.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
mean,
highways was already around.
I think something's got to give with Twitter though, because a lot of companies are pulling their advertisement from them.
Yeah.
Because of all these people like Kanye that he allowed to be on the platform.
platform.
So he fired a bunch of people that he said weren't necessary, and the app is running just fine. You know what I mean? I know people don't like to hear that, but it's the truth.
I mean,
he fired a
basically,
bunch of people.
Yeah, he
and
fired. I think what they said was with the numbers, it was like basically 11 jobs. It was one person doing basically the work of like 11 people in the company.
Listen, man, I'll be seeing these TikToks from these what it's like to work at Twitter and what it's like to work at Instagram and what it's like to work at Facebook. They all deserve to be fired. All of them. Why? Because I work at a company as well. It's like a little startup that was bought by a bigger company. Bro, when I get to work, I get to work. I don't get like, bro, these people were going in, eating breakfast for 2 hours, going to the gym, doing an hour of work, then leaving, going to the gym again and going home. And these guys were making like $100 grand, $150 grand, $200 grand. Like, come on, bro. You're stealing money at that point, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't blame those what it's like to work at whatever company. There's so much damage to the workforce, bro. To like people like me and you, to people like Supreme that actually get to work and go to work. Like I go to work, I got to send over 200-300 emails a day, and I don't get like. And then you're making these videos like you're cooling, like bro,
chilling at work.
So I think those videos did a lot of damage. But he fired all those people that made those kind of videos. They're gone. And I also think that's the reason why Apple almost pulled all their advertisement from Twitter until Elon had to go talk to Tim Apple, like Trump says. And I think they're cool again now. I don't know what deal. I think Elon has to pay that 30% tax. Yeah,
even
though he's not gonna admit
he might
it.
have calmed it down, but he
still
got to
pay, bro. Like it's cool. We're gonna keep advertising on your platform because you bought it, but you gotta pay that 30, B.
You gotta.
You know what I mean?
You gotta.
So that was pretty crazy that Apple almost left. Other companies already have left. I think GM left Twitter. They don't advertise on Twitter anymore. Yeah, because they're competition with Tesla, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it had a lot to do with that too. I think the with the Jewish comments, and just the stuff was getting out of hand, like you said.
For sure. So let's jump to China still dealing with COVID, bro.
Yeah, so I did see that, and then I also saw that apparently some of that stuff wasn't true.
Okay, I saw you posted some stuff with that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, supposedly, at first they were saying that all these protests was going on, but come to find out, some of these people were being paid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
$200 US
Okay.
a pop to go and be there with the white paper and all that, saying that was their
Okay.
silent protest.
Okay.
So, I mean, we got to see how that develops because it's still a lot. We don't know everything that's going on over there. They're bigger on censorship. They censor a lot of stuff.
Okay,
China.
the protest thing, I can understand that, but locking a city down in 2022, almost 2023,
Yeah,
how do you explain that, bro?
Supposedly they're having a worse because they're just more strict with the COVID stuff, and I think it's because they weren't at first as much.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if they opened up too quick, but I mean,
Yeah.
we all know now that a lot of that stuff is unnecessary. It is because the people at risk for COVID, I'm gonna say it controversial. It ain't really controversial because they're admitting this now.
Yeah.
But unless you have an underlying condition
Yeah.
or you're a senior, like 65 and over,
Yeah.
you're the ones who are really at risk of dying of COVID. The rest of us are fine.
So why do you think that government is using COVID to lock these people in? Like, what do you think is the purpose behind that?
I'm not
just,
even
you
sure,
think they're
bro.
just doing it just because they can?
I don't know. It could be just because they can power grab. I mean, they trying to control the people more. I'm not sure,
crazy.
bro, because it's crazy in 2022, like you said, to still be locking down.
They're still locking people up, locking people down in China, man.
So I'm checking on ChinaBriefing.com. It says as of today, December 7th, 2022, it's recorded 4,409 new cases, and only
That's
58
crazy.
of those are imported.
It's
4,000
been from there. It's from
Four-
the country.
4,351 is from the
Damn.
country itself.
But you do realize that country is a lot bigger than ours as far as
It's 1 billion
population,
people.
right?
Yeah,
It's 1.3 billion.
Yeah.
It's like 5 times almost the size of the U.S. 300 mil. Okay.
Yeah.
So 4,000 is really nothing. It's not even 1%. Bro.
Yeah, but I don't think we're talking about the number as much. We're talking about the action that they're taking because of that
Yeah.
number. Like you said, 4,000 is nothing. Why do you have to lock down a whole city because of that?
Or even the whole country. Like why?
That's crazy.
I don't agree with that either. You know what I mean? It doesn't do much of a difference.
I think there's something else going on in China. I think we're witnessing one of the superpowers not be a superpower anymore.
I disagree with that, but okay.
Apple's leaving China. Apple's not manufacturing their phones there anymore.
Man, how much them phones gonna cost now?
I think they're going to cost the same if they take them to Vietnam or Taiwan. It's not going to be any different.
Well, if it's out there,
You know
it's
what I mean?
still cheap labor.
I think this is going to create a domino effect. I think other companies are going to leave China. First of all,
For manufacturing purposes?
I mean, that's the only reason they're there, bro. What other reason do you have to be in China? Is cheap labor and cheap manufacturing. But I'll tell you this, though. I think this is going to create a domino effect. I think other companies are going to leave. If you notice, bro, if you buy something that's made in China, most of the time the quality is crap. It's crap quality. So anytime I go buy clothes now, I make sure it's not made in that country because most of the stuff I'm willing to, as a consumer, I'm willing to pay more.
Right.
If the stuff is going to last me a couple years. I got a couple clothes made in Canada in the US and I wash those hoodies and wash those hoodies and wash those hoodies and they're still good.
Still good.
With technology is a little bit different, right? But I think a lot of companies are going to start leaving China, and I think we're gonna see China. We're gonna see a China downfall, bro. They're also defaulting on the real estate.
Okay,
there's
so-
like ghost cities everywhere in China, bro.
All right.
everywhere.
That's
So
crazy.
I have to push back a little bit.
Go ahead,
here.
it's fine.
So, I mean, you said China was a superpower, which is true, because of how much manufacturing they do for the rest of the world.
Yes.
But not only that, they do a lot of import and export with a lot of countries.
Right.
And in the last 20 years, it's gone from like, because, people keep acting like they're just dying off, like what
Yeah.
you just said.
Yeah.
But it went from like, 10% of the world to now it's like 80-something% of
Yeah,
the world
yeah.
is doing business with China.
Right.
I don't think it's gonna stop. They might stop some of this manufacturing that you're talking about,
Right.
but it's not gonna stop.
Okay,
bro.
so if I'm a company,
They have too much
if I'm a
everywhere.
company, right, and I'm a huge company, I never want to let COVID shut my company down like it did.
Right.
So if I'm Apple, if I'm these huge companies that matter, because mom and pops don't matter. What matters is these huge billionaire companies, trillionaire companies
Right.
that manufacture there. China doesn't have any regulations on anything, bro. You can eat anything in China. You could do anything in China.
Mm-hmm.
And every time there's a big disease, it usually comes from that part of the world. And if I'm a company, am I going to allow that to shut my company down again?
So I mean, you're talking about probably maybe food, stuff like that. But I think we talked about this before. Kanye is no longer with Adidas and Balenciaga,
Right.
but I think he's gonna go to China still to manufacture whatever he's gonna try to do, because that's probably the cheapest, material that he can get, and the labor costs. You know what I'm saying? So I think other companies are still going to manufacture.
Here's the thing about Kanye. Kanye just needs to put up his own money and call it a day. Right? This
He
brand
lost,
right
he
here.
lost a lot of it. Now
this
he's
brand
down to
I have
what?
right here. These are some kids that started in Europe. Their stuff is manufactured. I think it's manufactured somewhere in Europe. I'm not 100%. Can you check where it represents?
I thought it was Canada or something when I checked, but
Bro, these guys have a website, and their stuff is not cheap. This stuff is not cheap, bro.
right.
Kanye could do the same. He has more power than these kids that started this brand. I mean, there's a bunch of brands that start small and grow to be massive. Kanye has that power right now. Supreme started very
You think he
small.
still got it after that last interview? You think he still?
I think he still got it. If the shoes are hot, I'm still copping. I'm sorry, bro. Like Adidas was started by Nazis or worked with Nazis, and people rock Adidas. Volkswagen was Nazi, and people still ride those.
Well, I mean, that's different because Germany has a whole type of different culture when it comes to the Nazis and all that.
Yeah.
They don't glorify it. They're
Yeah.
not proud of it, but
Yeah.
they don't hide it.
Yeah.
That's the difference between them and the U.S. maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
They definitely have museums where that stuff is, and they people know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they've been trying for years to.
Yeah,
make that
but it
up.
still doesn't change the history of these companies, right?
And they're not hiding from it though.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the history that when these atrocities were going on, these companies were still doing business with the Nazis. Hugo Boss.
Well, they were based there.
Right, but you could be
Hugo
like, yo, I'm not doing business with you, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
you know who did business and is not from Germany?
Who?
Chanel.
Chanel was doing business with the
Chanel was
Nazis
doing
too.
business with the Nazis. She did
And
some
people
of their
still rocking them
uniforms.
Chanels, right?
Bro, the bags and everything.
So
like,
Hugo
the
Boss
hypocrisy,
designed
bro.
Hugo Boss designed their
uniform.
uniforms, and I mean, you knew what the Nazis were doing, bro. Like you knew they were doing all these evil things to Jewish people and people that weren't white with blonde hair, and you still designed their uniforms.
Do you think maybe at that time maybe they were afraid that they had to?
No, I don't think so, because Hugo
Were
Boss
they based
was
in Germany?
I think they were based in Germany. He can look it up, but I think they were based in Germany.
They had to. I'm not giving them a pass or an excuse, but
So-
if they were
so-
in Germany, bro, they had to do
So you
business
think
with
all
them.
Germans had to shut up and do what the Nazis said? You don't think
When
none
they
of them
were-
could
when
have
Hitler
could have
was in
left or
power?
anything like that?
When Hitler was in power?
Yeah.
Yes. If you lived there, you didn't have a choice.
You don't think any of those companies had the power to be like, yo, we're out?
No, not if they were based there. Now,
But
Chanel
you-
had the power to do what the fuck
But
she
you could
wanted.
be based somewhere and still have locations in other areas, like headquarters in other areas, and just bounce and leave. Happens all the time.
Well, I mean, you're talking, that's now, but
Yeah.
you're talking about in the 40s. This is what we're talking about. In the
Yeah, that's
30s
true,
and
that's
40s,
true, that's true,
it was
that's
a
true.
different
It
time.
was a
There was
different
no
time.
internet.
That's true.
There was no, not the same resources and
Did
infrastructure.
we find that info, bro?
It doesn't come up.
I think it's like Yugoslavia or something like that, bro.
Yeah.
It's one of those countries. Either way, Kanye doesn't have to deal with China if he chooses not to.
Maybe, but I think it would just be one of those
I
places
think it would
that
be
he could
smart for
go.
him to deal with China. But the thing is, bro, I don't know if I'm buying a hoodie that's made in China from Kanye. Not because
I mean,
it's
you said if it's
because
hot,
of
you're
the
going to cop it.
bro. The quality got to be there, bro.
I'm
the
not
quality
denying
has
that.
to be there.
I'm not
Well,
denying it.
the one that I was wearing last time that we were,
Yeah.
it says it was manufactured in L.A.
L.A.
Yeah.
So a lot of, if you notice too, a lot of the new brands, hot brands like Rude and Armani, they're all manufactured in America. And like, people will pay for quality. Like, I will pay for quality if it means I don't have to buy.
There's manufacturers here that aren't that expensive, bro. They're not that expensive. Some of them in LA, there's a mall.
So that goes back to what you
Atlanta,
said. You said they grew 80. The China grew 80% in
the last
over
20 years.
Just like they grow, bro. I think it could go back down. You know what I'm saying? Because they
got contracts, man. It's gonna be hard if they got contracts.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
some of
when
these
the contracts are finished,
because they got it with governments. You know what I'm saying? So some of them they
Yeah.
can't just switch it off overnight. It's gonna take a little bit of time. It could be like you said, but I think they just have too much reach and influence right now.
Yeah, but I think I feel like we're witnessing a downfall of that empire, man. I mean, they dragged their ex-president. They dragged him out of a meeting like he was a traitor or some stuff. I don't know.
Oh,
man.
yeah, that was
That's
crazy.
wild, man.
That was crazy.
With the whole China thing, bro, how do you feel about their social credit score, bro?
Now,
That is insane, bro.
that social credit score, we talked about it a little bit before we got on camera.
Yeah.
But break it down to the people, basically what was going on with
Okay, so in China, you have a social credit score. Basically, if you don't behave, you can't fly, you can't go to the grocery store, you can't take a train, you can't rent an apartment.
So
you
basically-
can't do anything.
that. So it's like being on the no-fly list, but on steroids. Because the no-fly list is you just can't go to an airport.
The
and get on
no-fly
a
list,
plane.
the no-fly list. I believe the no-fly list. Each airlines has its own no-fly list, and then
Yeah.
we have a bigger one that's for like terrorists and
government,
stuff
yeah,
like
the-
that, right?
yeah, yeah.
You can get off the government one if they put you on there by mistake.
It's hard,
It's
bro.
hard to get off, but
It takes
they've had-
years.
They have kids on there, and they got them off.
Like if you
right?
got the same name as a
Yeah,
person,
yeah,
bro,
yeah,
it's a lot of work. I've
Then
seen.
you have the ones for the airlines. Those I don't think you can get off. The ones that like
those
the
might
airline.
be those might be even harder to get off. To get off the because that's basically being banned on the airline.
One airline.
It's one airline, but you
Yeah.
can just go to another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but listen to this. I think it's the Delta Supreme. I don't know if you could look this up. I think it's the Delta CEO. He wants a database. I don't
Oh, I
agree
think
with
it
this.
was.
He wants a database to where all the airlines
Are
share
connected.
this.
So if
And
they share
if you
it,
act up in one airplane, you're banned in all airplanes. That's crazy, bro. Anybody can have
mean,
a bad
that's-
day, bro.
yeah, anybody
Anybody
can.
can have a bad day, bro. And what if you
Yeah.
get a what do you call the people that work in the airplanes?
The flight attendant.
What if you have a flight attendant that's an asshole to you, bro? And like you're an asshole back, and they kick you out of a plane. Now you can't fly no more.
That's crazy.
I don't know if you
That's
get.
insane, bro.
I don't know. You have to be put on that list though. I don't think it's just getting kicked off of a plane because you can get kicked off and not be put on that list. You could just be kicked off and then they make you take one the next day, or a later flight.
You
know
got to
what I'm
be
saying?
if you're unruly. If you're unruly,
Yeah, if
they're
it's
gonna
like
put
if
you
you're
on
OD,
there.
then yeah,
They're
they
gonna
can.
put you on there, bro.
It's like I think it's like a decision. It's like an executive decision
Yeah,
that the people
yeah.
there have to make.
Yeah, like if you fight and
do it.
stuff like that,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting on there.
or disrespecting, people's race or religion or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
it has to
yeah.
be something big like that.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
how do you guys feel about that social credit score stuff? Do you guys think that could ever come here?
Nah, I don't. I think that.
Supreme, what do you think?
I don't think it'll ever come. Like I'm reading something and it's very. It's like when you read it, you look at it and you're like, damn, can
Yeah.
this be possible?
Yeah.
Because that thing it may affect employment, bro.
Dog, that's wild, dog.
Access to finances, ability to do certain stuff.
It's wild, bro.
So think about it. If you really think about it with the way he's breaking it down, it's like, bro, that's like next level canceling somebody, bro. Like they can't live.
Yeah. Facts.
They can't live, bro.
That's crazy.
That's
bro.
a terrible cancel, bro.
That's crazy, bro. And you know what? It's not a company deciding this. It's a government. That's why a lot of people didn't want to hear this. A lot of people on the left didn't want to hear this. I'm not right or left, but when it came to the COVID stuff, I was 100% with the Republicans. You know why? Because when you give this power to the government, guess what they do? They never gonna give that back.
Never.
See what happened in DR, right? Oh, we're going to shut this down at 12. Why? Because we can. Because we did it during COVID and we could do it during now. And there's nothing you could do about it.
But
So-
I mean, as far as DR, they've been doing that since before COVID.
I know, but
There's
now.
times where they be like, you know what? The delinquents, like they They don't give a fuck about human rights at that point. They just want to make sure that the crime goes down. And so in countries like that, in the DR and a lot of third world countries in the Caribbean, that's what they do. They just send the National Guard and the cops, and they just lock everybody up.
But we never saw
outside.
anything like that here in this country, and they were doing that stuff here, man.
Oh, yeah. We didn't expect to see that here.
And we don't know when they're going to use those powers again anywhere here in those blue cities.
But I don't think
we don't know
if
there's another virus that's going to come, and they're going to be like, oh, lock it down.
No, and that's fine. But here's the thing: during that time, nobody was getting locked up for being outside.
No.
Like my job, I work for. I'm not even gonna say.
Yeah.
But they gave us passes in case we got pulled over.
Yeah.
By a state trooper or a cop.
Yeah.
That we would show like, hey, look, mission essential. I have to be. At my job, I'm going to my
job.
job.
But the thing
no
is,
one ever pulled me over.
The thing is with that, bro, a lot of people lost their
now
businesses because, like, when you tell people don't come outside, there's going to be a percentage of the population that's going to listen and stay home, right? Yeah. And what you did is, what they did in D.C., what they did in D.C. is a crime, bro. They closed, a lot of places closed in D.C. I worked in D.C. at this time. And a lot of people, our color, lost their jobs. Because most of the other people that live in D.C., that can afford to live in D.C., guess what? They can work from home. The brown and Hispanics, those are the people at the restaurants, at the bars, at the clubs. All those people didn't have any way to make money. So I'm just not for giving government any more power that they don't need to have, which is like telling me when I can and cannot go outside or trying to tell me. Because I'm not going to follow their I'm not going to follow it anyways.
Because the thing is, the type of people that we are, we're going to do research on something, and we're not going to just listen to
the government.
They might say.
Exactly.
Just because.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, man, that social credit score, I hope it never comes here.
Nah, I don't think
it will. I don't think it will. Not here.
Nah.
Well, you never know, man.
Nah,
you never know, bro. You never know, man.
Nah.
So, bro, let's go ahead. Let's go into it. I think we're going to finish with this, bro.
Okay.
Let's go into this crypto scams, B.
Bro.
I'm up for this one.
Hey, nah, you gotta stay right here, bro.
Stay right there, bro.
You gotta, and my NFT guy, you gotta stay right here,
bro. NFT
please.
is
what the
even
hell's
worse.
going on, bro? Supreme, have you been looking at this stuff?
Yes,
bro. I know you're like a positive guy, and you know I've been on that. This shit is a scam for a while, right? Not the crypto, but the NFTs.
Bro,
oh yeah, the NFTs. So look, what killed me.
Yeah,
this stat is ridiculous, bro. NFTs have lost 80% value this year alone.
Now, to NFTs...
Not even the whole year. Just from fucking March to November,
I know.
Bro.
Now, to NFTs, NFC defense and crypto defense, there's been a lot of stocks that have lost 80% of their value too. So when I say it's a scam, I don't mean it's a scam because they lose value. Any asset could lose value, y'all. A house could lose value, or crypto could lose value, and stocks can lose value. When I say it's a scam, is people are losing their money.
Yeah.
If you invested some money in something, and that money's gone, like Supreme, like tell me.
Okay, so one of the biggest things that's going on is like the investors, the big whales, what they called, right?
Right.
Those guys started selling the NFTs because they saw like the value was declining.
Yeah.
So the minute those guys sold the NFTs, the value went.
It's the same thing with the stocks. The stocks happens the same thing. Whenever the big whales, when they start having a dump off of the assets, it drops the price.
Yeah, but the
Same
difference with
Tesla,
crypto, the difference with crypto is me, you, and Supreme can also sell and get our money.
Right.
A lot of these people that were in these applications couldn't sell, bruh. You just had to witness your money go down and down and down and down. You couldn't sell because the token is not worth anything anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
And that was happening a lot with the app with Robinhood. Robinhood was freezing people from buying and selling.
Yeah.
You remember that?
No, bro, but
that was last year, but still.
Different, bro.
Yeah, no, this is next level.
This is next level stuff, bro.
This is next level, bro. Like you said, like, oh my God.
So the guys from, I think it's called FX?
Yeah. Yeah, no, but the biggest decline that has happened in NFT so far was
Justin Bieber's.
Yes, because that's crazy. These people were paying $500,000 and everything for these joints, and then like the one that Justin Bieber has was $3.1 million. And right now it has a worth of like $70,000.
So I got a story on that.
Bro, that's nothing.
I got a story on that, bro.
Yeah.
the big wigs, the big guys that control crypto knew what was coming. So how they got their money out of these like applications, out of these things, is they would sell NFTs to each other. Yo, I'm gonna give you $10 million for this NFT. Break me up, take your share and give me my money.
Yeah.
Right? Because they knew that an avalanche was coming and they knew something crazy was gonna happen. And that's why NFTs, if y'all remember when crypto was going down, what was still selling for high prices? NFTs. And that's why it was selling for high prices, because that's how these big wigs were getting their money out of there.
They always find a way to scheme and scam their way.
But the thing is, Papito, these weren't your normal suspects. These were guys like me and you and Supreme scamming people, bro. This is Tom Brady got scammed.
Yeah.
And his wife.
I want to know.
So I don't think this is
The thing is that it was so easy for you to come up with your own NFTs.
Yeah.
And put it up there. You know what I mean? That it was easy for people to scam. There was this one guy that created an NFT, right? And at that point, they were doing what they call, like a pre-sale. So you get a time window where you buy 300 of them or whatever it is.
Yeah,
right?
I remember you talked about that. You remember?
After he got that pre-sale, he shut the website down.
Damn.
And he bounced with that money. And these NFTs were running for like $370 each, bro.
Bro, look, that's nothing, because I want to know what the price is. Do you remember the NFT that sold and it broke a record? It was like 60 mil. You remember that one?
Talking about the first tweet from from Twitter. The guy can't even sell that joint for $100,000 right now.
Exactly. 60 mil, that's the biggest L. I think that's the biggest L of the year, bro.
That was the biggest L.
Bro.
So what do you guys think is gonna happen? You know about Bored Ape, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know about Bored Ape?
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna happen with these joints, bro?
That's what I'm telling you. Like,
they're done.
Justin Bieber's joint was
worth millions, and now it's not even 70. I don't even think it's worth that. I don't even think it's worth that, bro.
A 300K Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT sold for 3K.
Yeah.
From 300 to 3K, bro.
I want to know who
They're
paid
saying it's an accident.
3K.
I don't think that was an accident.
Nah, I don't think so.
I want to know who paid the 3K, bro.
You think they came up?
I think they're gonna come up. I think it's gonna be worth more than that, but it might not get to the millions like it was.
Bro,
before.
here's the thing about NFT, and I know you were saying something. What you said makes sense, that you own the property. It's just hard to sell digital pictures to people, man. Like, and people to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Because
people want to have it.
Like, you want to have it and hang it up somewhere. You know what I mean?
You can't show it off on your phone.
Do you think it's gonna come back, bro? I know you were a believer in it. Do you think it's gonna come back?
I don't think so. Not the way it was.
Yeah, exactly.
The only way that it might come back is like you told me from the beginning.
Yeah.
If there was something physical
Yeah.
to prove
Yeah.
this is something,
Yeah.
then maybe. But if they do something physical, it goes against everything that NFT is supposed to mean.
Supreme, I always say something to you, and I don't know if you remember, I always say something to you guys. When rappers are getting into something,
Yes.
run the hell away, right?
Yeah.
What the hell happened? All these rappers talking about, I'm going to release my NFT. What about Snoop Dogg, bro? They had all these people talking about, I'm going to release a song NFT. I'm going to do an NFT. And like,
Tory Lanez
Yeah,
made
bro.
millions.
he
of
made
dollars.
millions on that, right?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
That's crazy.
What a
So,
Dog, it's crazy because on Soundbox, right?
hold on. Going along with that, right? You guys remember what's up with that metaverse joint? Remember people were paying crazy money for real estate in the metaverse?
That's where I was going now.
Like,
That's where I was going.
bro, I have a friend. His name is Luimi. Bruh. He was like, you don't understand this. You're stupid.
How are
He
you
called me all types of names. I'm
invest
like,
in the
bro, this shit
future?
don't make no sense.
bro, you're living in a fantasy world. You're paying millions.
What are you
for-
talking about? What are you talking about?
Why don't you buy land, physical land here that you could build on?
Crazy, bro.
Or invest
Bro,
in?
they
Like,
really
what are we
thought,
talking
like,
about?
companies thought that this was going to be the next wave. The metaverse,
Layer 3 of the fucking...
he thought people were going to be meeting
But
through the metaverse.
That's what I was getting to, Papito. On one of the
Okay.
applications that they were using for that, it was Soundbox, right? And Snoop Dogg is, Snoop is Snoop. Some guy paid $630,000, so his virtual house is next to Snoop Dogg's.
That's insanity, bro.
This is the shit that I'm talking about.
That's
Like, what-
insanity. You
what
know
are we
why that's
doing, bro?
insanity, bro? Because it's not something that's you can always make another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make another one in my house. I mean, you can make another house, but you can't make another one in my house right next to it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sell more. Like, land is finite. You can't create more land. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. This stuff was on the news. The people on the news were blowing it up like, oh, my God, this is amazing. This is crazy.
Yeah, media was going crazy.
The media got a lot of people into this bullshit.
So do you guys know that 3 crypto billionaires have died in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, one of them was in Puerto Rico, though.
Plane crash. I don't know if that's the plane crash one. There's one that plane crashed.
That's crazy.
Three crypto billionaires. You know they stole money from a lot of a lot of connected people, bro. And those people are not just gonna let you steal their money. You know what I mean?
You think that's what happened?
Oh, 100%, bro.
Yeah,
100%, bro.
They sent James Bond out there to take him out.
Bro, people, man.
Evil villains.
Crypto struggling. All of a sudden, 3 crypto billionaires die. How, Sway?
Exactly.
So with the crypto stuff, guys, do you guys think it's a good time to invest in crypto right now? I know it's not hot. I know it's not the popular thing to talk about. All the financial gurus,
bro,
stop talking about Twitter and stocks, bro. I still got my stocks and I still got my crypto because I'm not selling. I'm a hold for dear life.
Yeah, I'm holding for dear life.
But what do you guys think? Do you guys think crypto's gonna? What are you holding right now?
Well, I have half a Bitcoin.
That's pretty good, bro. Half?
Yeah.
Half?
When
did
That's
you buy,
8 bands. That's 8 bands, bro.
When did you buy?
I got it when nobody knew what the hell Bitcoin was.
Okay, all right.
And
okay.
I didn't know what it was either.
All right.
So you got it at pennies then?
Yeah, dude, I got it by steps. There was an application back in the days.
Yeah, it was like 10 years ago that it was like much harder than it is now.
Do you still hold crypto?
A little bit, man, but not much.
Which one do you hold?
I don't even know. I think I got Doge. That's about it.
Doge? You still holding on to Doge?
But I got it before it was even a penny.
I
got it when it was fractions still.
Okay.
You know
I didn't even mention them, but I got some.
You got Doge?
I got Shiba Doge. Too.
I got Shiba.
I got Shiba.
I'm holding B.
I got like 6 or 7 other ones. You know what I'm saying?
But check this out.
I don't want to.
You got Shiba and you got Doge, right? I got Shiba Doge, and that started.
Oh my God, Shiba Doge.
That sounds like a scam.
Definitely sounds like a scam.
It started as an NFT.
Oh no.
So right now, Bitcoin is the whale of crypto. If Bitcoin
whatever
goes
way it
up,
goes, yeah, all the other
everything
ones
goes
go
up, right? So Bitcoin right now is at 16.
16, yeah.
Where do you guys see this going? Do you guys see it going down to 10? Do you see it going down to 5? Do you see it going back up to 70? Do you see it going past 70? What do you guys think in the next 5 years?
I think it's gonna level out between 12 and 15, no more than that.
12 and 15.
Really? You think it's gonna go down more?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll go up, but I don't think it's gonna pass 30 again for a while.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think it's gonna keep going back and forth, and
Right.
it's probably gonna stay at 15, and then that's it.
Because
forever?
When it was
I think so.
Remember
I think it's gonna
before,
Bro, dude, so you think it's over for crypto, bro? It sounds like you're saying it's over for crypto, bro.
The thing is, right? A wise man named Mikey told me once, whenever the rappers get in it, these rappers want to get paid in Bitcoins now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here's what
wasn't there some athletes that also, it was some athletes
that were getting paid in Bitcoin.
Were getting paid in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So here's what I think. I think that unless crypto can truly, all of crypto, right? Not just Bitcoin. When crypto can truly solve a problem in the world, I think that's when it may take off again. And it may not even be Bitcoin, bro. It could be like one we don't even know.
Exactly.
But it has to solve a problem first. If it's not solving a problem, due to the fact that when you invest in stocks, you know what you're investing in, right? You're investing in a company that's making money or losing money.
Right.
If the company makes money, then the stock goes up and you make money, right? If the company loses money or has bad publicity, the stock goes down, you lose money. So there's a way it works, and there's like a reason for things with stocks, right?
Right.
There's no reasons with crypto right now.
Well, some of them it does have reasons. Like there's one that I don't want to say the name, but there's one that they're still battling through court to get their validity.
Yeah.
And then once that happens, that one is supposed to shoot up.
So but shoot up based on speculation.
That ruling. No, based on that ruling that comes out of that court.
But what do they do? What problem have they solved in the world?
It's supposed to be a way of transferring money in milliseconds, bro.
Okay.
It can make everything a lot faster.
But I can transfer money in milliseconds now. I can send you some money right now. You'll get it right now.
Right, but it's supposed. Well, you'll send it now.
Yeah.
But it might not reflect in my account until tomorrow. It'll say like.
Well, if you
like
have Bank of America and I have a Bank of America, I can send you money and it'll reflect right away.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Zelle?
No, I think
Zelle.
Zelle,
is
it
pretty
reflects
quick.
right away.
But this is supposed to be a way of sending it quicker than that.
decentralized. I think
It's decentralized. XRP is what we're talking about.
Bro,
it's supposed to be a way of
the whole decentralized thing. I think that is BS, honestly, because you still have some people controlling that.
facts.
It's like the way it's supposed to work, so people don't understand, is decentralized is supposed to have a bunch of computers, right?
Right.
Right.
It's not one person controlling it. It's a bunch of computers, and those computers create a contract, and those contracts are binded in those computers
Or a chain-
and
a
between
cha- a
those two
chain
people.
link.
Nobody controls it.
It's a
But
chain
we
link.
found out that that's not the case because Coinbase is stopping you from taking your money out. How, Sway?
Whoa.
Why are you stopping me from taking my money out?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's like, what are you talking about?
No, and the thing is too, like a lot of people got into Bitcoins, NFTs, and crypto and all of that because it takes away from not having to pay a bank and stuff like that. But still, whenever you have a application, like you were saying,
Yeah.
like whenever you want to transfer that
Yeah.
into dollars, you still got to pay a fee.
You still got to pay a fee.
in crypto, or like let's say on the ETH, you got to pay a fee, and then at that time,
Ethereum, there's high gas fees.
yes, depending on the traffic and the amount of people that's
Right.
going.
and
Right,
really they
right.
tax you is when you try to take it out.
Let me tell you a fun fact. It's not fun, but it's crazy. Because you know how El Salvador was one of those countries that was being
Bitcoin
picked up.
City.
Bitcoin
Coño,
City. huh?
mano.
Dude, they lost $70 million.
The
Yeah,
country,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
The country.
I think I posted
On this
something like that
decline,
on the
yeah.
Yeah,
group
the
chat.
country did.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think until crypto solves that actual problem in the world, maybe it could level the playing field. But it's also going to be used for bad things. You know
Of
what I mean? If
course.
a terrorist gets crypto and wants to transfer money, I think that's part of the reason why it was so high too. A lot of drug dealers were investing in Bitcoin and stuff like that. What made it go so much higher than it was. But until they solve a real world problem, I don't know if it's gonna come back, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And everybody's scared right now too.
Facts.
There's another thing that I wanted to talk about. There's two more topics actually. I think we could squeeze them in, but we talked about it earlier in the chat, right? With there's a guy that he had a video, and it was talking about how Nike's made like $40 billion.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
You
mean?
talking about Nike giving LeBron a Billy for lifetime?
Well, it took what 20 years almost.
Yeah,
For him to
yeah.
get not 20, but I think it's what 17. No, it's about 20 years because
Yeah,
he came in the league in
no,
03.
the LeBron Nike deal.
So,
yeah,
All right, I looked up some of the numbers, right?
yeah,
All right, and so last year alone,
yeah,
his shoes
yeah.
generated $340 million.
That's
for
from
Nike.
2015. I know what you're talking about.
Is it? Nah,
Yeah,
because
it's from 2015. Trust me, it's from 2015.
Nah, bro.
I bet you money it was from 2015. That article is from 2015.
The
I know
Bleacher
exactly
Report?
what you're talking about. The
Bleacher
Bleacher Report article, yeah, it's from 2015.
All right, so I got one from this year,
Let me see that.
from 21. Look, it's from 21. I got the screenshot.
How much did he make?
All right, so in 2021,
Which one you talking about?
the one at the top, the one at the top. It's a screenshot, so you can't really, you know what I mean? All right, but it says basically that he made all his merchandise made, that shoes and apparel, $600 million last year, and it's saying that he only got $30 million from, but basically they're giving him like 5% of that. So what the
That's
guy was
crazy.
saying in the video was that LeBron should be getting, $1 billion a year if they make $40 billion a year, Nike. But his stuff didn't make that much. His stuff alone made $600 million, and he's getting $30 million a year. But it dwarfs in comparison to Jordan getting between $130 and $150 million a year, which is crazy.
Well, because those numbers are so misleading, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but
when
but
you
I-
say
it makes
when you,
no.
when
I'm
you-
just
when
telling
you
you what
say-
was posted
when
online.
you say stuff like that, like, oh, this person generated this kind of money.
Well, no. His stuff with his name on it. Because that's all they're doing is tracking his shoes, his apparel, anything that says LeBron on it. That's what it generated last year.
Yeah.
600 million, everything. So
Yeah.
he didn't make Nike didn't make 40 billion.
Yeah.
That might have been everything that they accomplished with all their stuff, including Jordan and
So
everybody
the
else.
article you're basing this 600 million from is Undefeated, right?
Well, it's Sportcasting.
Yeah, but they got that quote from Undefeated.
And Essentially Sports as well has it.
Yeah, so I mean, unless Nike comes out and says, "Yeah, we make this kind of money from this guy," breaks the numbers down, I don't know. I'll take that with a grain of salt. They did do that once in 2015 where they put out the numbers of how much
340 mil.
each.
But remember, with companies like this, they have to report these things because it's good for their stock
For the
value
stocks,
and
yes,
everything
yes,
else.
yes.
So they do report these numbers.
So here's the thing: in 2016, at the height, 2015, at the height of the LeBron James basketball
Wave.
they made $325 million gross on LeBron James shoes and stuff like that. Ever since 2015,
Yeah, just the shoes. Yeah,
just the shoes, everything, shoes, clothes, kids stuff.
It was just shoes.
No, it's everything. It's everything. Trust me, it's everything.
The one from 2015 is 340, and that's just shoes.
That's
Not his
everything.
apparel.
That's everything. That's
Okay.
all their stuff. That's all their stuff. Trust me, bro.
All right,
Like,
we're
I'm a sneakerhead. Trust
we'll
me.
attack it again. That's cool.
So when they say stuff like that, right? So let's say 2015, it was the height of the sneaker game era, where people were buying basketball shoes.
Yes.
Nobody's buying basketball shoes anymore, right?
Yeah,
so I doubt that number doubled when his men's shoes are going half off everywhere. LeBron James hasn't had a sneaker sell out in like 5 years, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time since you've seen. Shit, it's been a long time you see me with some LeBrons because
Yeah, I haven't worn LeBron
the
in
style
years.
has changed and everything is about running sneakers, lifestyle sneakers. So I'm not sure
and
how
more
valid
and more comfort.
and
as
more
well.
comfort. I'm not sure how valid that number is. We don't know. It could be valid. I'm not saying it isn't. And for them to give him $100 million, $1 billion lifetime, he's got to be making them some kind of money, right?
No, he's making the
Yeah.
money. We're not
Yeah.
disputing that. But what the guy was saying is that they should
When
give
he
him
says the
more.
guy, when you said the guy, just so people could be clear, we're talking about Royce White.
So we confirmed it was Royce White that
Yeah.
gave that interview, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was the one that said that they've made 40 billion, and
Yeah.
after 20 years, LeBron finally has $1 billion that he's been paid, through Nike. That's
Yeah.
what he was saying basically in that interview.
So do you think that's bad or do you think that's good?
So basically, what he's trying to say is that
He's getting got. He's saying LeBron
he's
is getting
saying
got.
that he should ask. Maybe he should ask for. He should
He should
be
be getting-
entitled to more.
he said that he should be
than that.
getting 40 billion.
No.
The guy's an
He's
idiot.
basically because again, his numbers don't add up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I mean, if he's doing 3 and
So do you know how much they give Michael every year?
150,
150 what?
between 130 and 150 million.
Million
That's
dollars.
what this, yeah.
And you know
but
how much-
his sell way more.
You know how much Jordan Brand generates every year?
a lot more.
Like $1 billion or something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
So when-
he's getting like what? That means he's getting 10, 12, 13%.
But Michael doesn't have to do any work. Michael doesn't have to do
he
any
doesn't even
work.
have to promo.
He doesn't have to do any work to get $150 million given to him because his name and his shoes, because of his likeness, generate so much money.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when people
But you don't
say
think
names,
LeBron has that type?
no, hell no,
No, Papito.
hell no.
Well, the
Papito.
thing is, I think LeBron. I mean, people are. They started that debate again too, as
What?
far as who's the greatest.
I don't want to have that debate here.
I'm not saying that we're gonna have it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they've started. They starting it again. You didn't
Yeah.
see what Draymond said.
Yeah.
All right, so
Draymond,
we're not gonna debate it
Draymond
again.
is a LeBron groupie though, but we're not gonna
I mean,
talk
clearly.
about that here.
I mean, clearly, but
I just think when people like that guy, and he has that guy you talking about,
he
what's his
has
name?
some
Royce
points.
White.
Royce White has some good points sometimes, but they'll say some crazy things as well. First of all, to generate that kind of money, you have to spend a lot of money as well, right? So it's not just you made us. Let's say he did make $600 million in 1 year, right? How much do you think they had to put out for him to make that kind of money in advertising, making of the shoes, shipping the shoes? How much money do you think they had to?
But I mean, again, you're talking about Nike, bro. They have ridiculous number of profit. That's why they're able to pay him that. We're agreeing
Yeah.
that all we're saying, or all he was trying to
Yeah.
say is that maybe he should get more than just 5%
and
of
and
the
and
growth.
I think that guy and everybody else, when you say stuff like that, you're basically calling LeBron stupid. And I think LeBron is smarter than all of us, right?
Yeah, I think
agree.
LeBron is a very, very.
I think he's
smart
smarter than
businessman.
all of us because He's been doing such great business for such a long time. He knows what he's worth,
No,
right?
that's fine.
He knows without that check mark, he ain't worth the same. So
Exactly.
I'm not a Nike fan because I'm just not like a huge Nike fan, right? I don't like the way they do stuff, their practices, how they release shoes. But we got to stop acting like these brands don't have power as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Is Jordan without Nike? No.
Okay, let me call a timeout because Nike wasn't Nike until Jordan got there.
Jordan
the
wasn't
80s.
Jordan until he got with Nike.
Nah,
Jordan
bro.
was wearing Converse. Was nobody buying them Converse?
No. Jordan wanted to do his deal with Converse because at the time those were the quote unquote best
He
basketball
wore them in
shoes.
college, bro.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But again, he didn't have the shoe deal. He didn't have the shoe deal when he went, and then it was his mom that convinced him to go take the meeting with
Okay.
Nike because Nike didn't have the name they have now.
Okay.
Now we know them as this big empire,
Okay.
but it was really after
Do you know who designed
Jordan.
those shoes though?
who designed them.
Tinker Hatfield, the greatest designer of all time as far as basketball sneakers. Here's what I want people to understand. I'm not taking anything away from Mike. I'm not taking anything away from LeBron. But when a company like Nike comes to Jordan, right? And he wanted to leave after the first design. After the second design, he wanted to leave as well. They put in a lot of work too. You know what I mean?
I'm not.
They put in a lot of work. Jordan did his thing on the court, but they did their thing with advertisement. They did their thing with designing. Magic Johnson was just as popular as Jordan in the early 90s, if not more popular than
He was more
the-
popular in the 80s.
in the 80s and
In
the,
the 90s, it was Jordan. Remember,
Okay.
he won his first championship, 91, 92,
okay,
93.
tomato, whatever. I get you. He signed with the wrong person.
Who,
Magic. He signed,
He signed
with
was it Chuck
Converse.
Taylor or Converse?
Converse.
Because
You know what I'm
again, that's
saying?
where everybody wanted to be at the time.
I know, but do you say, yo, I need them Magic Johnson Converse?
But
You
we
don't
did-
say that,
but-
bro.
You know why we didn't say that?
Yeah.
Because of Jordan.
But Papito,
Jordan on the court, and he said it himself. He was like, yo, if I don't bust my ass
Yeah.
on this court every night,
Yeah.
he said it not just for his shoes, but also for the fans.
Yeah.
And that was the reason why people wanted to buy Jordan shoes so much because they wanted to be like Mike.
Bro, but the designs were dope. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's fine.
It wasn't
They had
just
dope
Mike.
shoes.
It wasn't
Okay.
just Mike playing.
Okay, so Jordan has what? I think it's like 37 different designs, right?
Yeah.
Which ones sell the most?
The ones from the retro ones. The ones from
The
the,
retros.
90s. Yeah.
The ones, the threes,
Yeah.
the fours, the fives,
Yeah.
the 11s
Yeah.
that come out all the time in different colors.
Yeah.
It's not all of them that sell out like crazy.
Yeah.
It's certain ones, right?
Yeah.
The newer ones don't sell like the old ones.
Yeah.
I think until the 15.
Yeah. Everything
Past-
sold until the 15th. Yeah.
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 You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah.
there's some that come out almost every year.
But
the ones
I
that
think
sell
it's
are the
not.
retros.
I think it's a combination of both. I don't think it was just because it's Jordan. I think the designs when those 11s came out, and I was ahead. I was a sneakerhead for a very long time.
Right.
There was nothing like it. We hadn't
Nothing like
seen
it.
nothing like it ever, bro.
Yeah, the 11s
You know
was
what I'm
fire.
saying? The
They're
11s
fire.
we ain't seen. The Jordan ones, NBA was like, nah, you can't wear those.
Yep.
Now you had more to the hype. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Jordan is not the only great basketball player from the 90s. We also have Charles Barkley. And Charles never won a ring.
Nope.
His
Never won.
shoes,
He
when
could never-
basketball shoes
couldn't
were
beat
in,
Jordan in them finals.
them Barkleys are classics, my
His
G.
shoes were crazy.
Yeah, he had some
Classics.
nice shoes. He did.
Classic. So Nike had a stranglehold on design and
But
and
do you
and
not think-
advertisement and marketing. They're the best marketing sneaker company in the world, bro.
Yeah, but remember, it wasn't until Jordan. What person was with Nike before Jordan?
I don't think they
was nobody.
They had anybody.
But after Jordan, other
But the
people tried
company
to
was
come
just
on.
starting out at that point too.
Right?
But as it is, it was. I don't think it was just Jordan though. I agree a little bit with Mikey because a lot of those basketball players that had Nike shoes, they were selling out at that time. But
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but you know, you got people.
The Air Force Ones, when did those come out?
the Air
Bro,
Force Ones,
the Air Force
80s.
Ones didn't get popular like that
Until
until Nelly fucking
yeah.
put it in a song.
But no,
Wait.
but,
Am
no,
I
no,
going
no, no.
crazy here?
No.
No, the Air Force Ones have always been popular, bro.
No,
Before
bro,
Nelly.
listen.
Come on, don't give that to Nelly, bro. Nelly
no.
don't deserve no credit
Bro,
like that,
the
B.
price. Okay, look, let me put it to you like this: when Nelly came
Fernando.
out with that song,
Do me a favor. Take your shoes off and throw it over here real quick. Take one of your shoes off. Just throw it over here real quick.
No, you know why I tell you that, Papito?
These were not endorsed by any athlete.
No, the
These
Roches-
are the highest selling running shoes ever. The Roche Run.
Yep.
No athlete endorsed these. Nobody. All right. Nobody endorsed these. This is the power of Nike marketing. This is the highest selling shoe for like 5 years in a row. I think they outsold Jordan. They outsold everybody, bro. Here you go.
Papito,
No,
but
that's dope.
The Air Force Ones in 1982 was when they became so big to the point where even nowadays they come out with the 1982
Yeah.
version.
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying, Papito. But I just think that we're giving these guys too much credit. Look how fast they dropped Kyrie, bro. And they gave the shoe to somebody else.
John
So
Morant.
didn't they do a with John
John
Morant?
Morant.
And they did a
Yeah, man.
collaboration with Off-White,
Dude,
right?
listen to what they did. They announced the departure with Kyrie,
Mm-hmm.
and an hour later, they announced that they signed John
John
Morant.
Morant and gave the shoes to him, the
That's
Terrors or something like that.
crazy, yo.
It's
They're going to
wild.
give him a new design, I'm sure. But he's taking Kyrie's place, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Definitely.
So I just think when guys, to get back to the original point, when guys talk like that, oh, this company made all this money, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
You got to look at all the
You
numbers.
don't know what
and
you're talking
everything.
about. You know what I mean?
gotta
Like
look at the
I
numbers.
think Jordan. I don't know if Jordan was offered any Nike stocks, but I believe he was. I don't know if he took it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? I don't think he took it. Like, give me the money. You know, because they weren't educated. Imagine if he would have took the stocks. He would have
I don't know. I
been.
don't
He
know
would
if
have
he
been
has
Nike
stocks
Phil
or not.
level right now. You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
he's a billionaire too, right?
No, Jordan.
Jordan.
100%.
Yeah.
He ain't Nike Phil Knight rich though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he has royalties with them, no stock.
No stocks.
Okay.
Exactly.
Nah, that's cool.
Exactly.
He still
But-
get money every time they come out. Though.
Yeah, nah, he's still getting the check.
He's
you
good.
know? He's good forever. His
All right, look.
kids are good.
We ran on a little bit today, but you know we got other things to do today. We I think this is
It's
a good
been
episode.
the second episode.
of Puff and Politics.
We'll be back next week.
See y'all next week. We ain't gonna leave y'all lagging like last time. All right, Biggie Smalls.
All right, little daddy.